Hey guys, this is Sharad with REsimpli. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about what my marketing plan is for 2022. I'm going to walk you through a chart on how we came up with our marketing plan, what we're doing. I'm probably going to make like a couple of videos on this because there's a lot to be covered and I don't want one video to be very long, and rather I would have like few shorter videos so you guys can go through it in details. And please feel free to ask any questions that you have in the comments or reach us by email at support@wesimpli.com. I'm more than happy to answer. So let's get started in with this. This is very high level what our 2022 marketing plan looks like. So we have total 80,000 records that we're going to market. So this is a new list that we pulled for 2022. We have 80,000 records. It just happens to be exactly 80,000. I'll show you. And then out of those 80,000, we have 1,549 that are already a lead in our CRM. So the remaining leads records that we need to market are 78,451. So what we've done with these leads are we have basically divided them. We are in one county, but there are 4 or 5 cities that are, we call our primary cities, and then other cities are our secondary cities. Primary cities are the ones where we're doing most of our deals. We make most of our profit, super duper comfortable. Our contractors are licensed in those cities. So, we really target those cities. So in those primary cities, out of those 78,451 records, we have 33,374. And then the other secondary cities are 45,077 records. So our marketing for primary cities is going to be direct mail. That's our go-to marketing, hands down the most effective marketing for us. And then we're also going to do texting and cold calling in those primary cities to those 33,000 records. And then in the secondary cities, because these are the cities where we are not super duper comfortable with, we don't have the licensed contractor. So initially starting out in 2022, we don't want to invest too much money into it. So all we're doing is we're doing texting and cold calling to these cities. Okay. So let me show you kind of what that looks like in REsimpli. You'll see total, these are all our records, including the ones that we have, accumulated over the years. We pulled a new list at the beginning of 2022. But including that, we have 120,000 records. But I want to show you we used a tag called 2022 upload. So when I just filter for those, you'll see I get 80,000 records. So what I did after I got my 80,000 records was I applied another filter. So I've opened them in different screens so you can easily follow up on these, follow through. So in 2022 upload, what I did was there is the filter in leads. I did yes. So I can see out of those 80,000 records, how many are already a lead for me. So once I applied that filter, you can see I have 1,549 records that are already a lead for me, which you can see right here. And then when I go right here in that filter, same tag filter of 2022. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do in leads no. So basically what I want is I have my 80,000 records, total records. I want to target the ones that are not already a lead. So once I apply that filter, I get 78,451, which is right here. So that's my starting list of everybody that I want to target in my list. So what I did after that was I added a tag of primary cities. Out of my 80,000, I added a tag of primary cities to the 4 or 5 cities that are the main cities that we want to target. So I did primary. And then after that, they should not be in leads for us to target. So I get 33,374 records that are in our main primary market, but they're not a lead. So I have 33,374 records that I'm going to target in my primary market. And in my secondary market, if I go to the next one, see, I have a tag that I applied called secondary market or secondary cities when I uploaded this. And then I went in, I did in leads, they should be no. So I only want to target the records that are in that filter, that tag, secondary, and then they should also not be a lead for me. So I get 45,077 records that I have in my secondary market. So now if you notice, in my primary market, we're going to send direct mail to these 33,374 people every other month. So our goal would be to hit this list every other month for 6 times this year. We're going to text them, we're going to call them, and this list of 45,077, we're going to text them and we're going to call them. So we have 2 cold callers on our team and 1 person that does texting for us. So their job is to go through all of these records of 78,451 in 6 months, and then they start at the top, and then we scrub our list, then they go through the entire process all over again, and they keep doing nonstop. Same thing with the direct mail. We're starting with it. We're going to do 3 rounds of mailing. So we did Jan, March, and May, and beginning of June or end of June, we're going to pull a new list. We're going to scrub against these 80,000 records that we have, clean up our list. Some of the records might fall off because they've sold, some will get added, but majority of our list will stay the same, and then we'll redo the process and we'll keep doing that. So that's one part of our marketing on, what marketing we're doing between direct mail, SMS, and cold calling. And then the other part is same thing. So we have 78,451 records. Now, because we're doing texting and calling, we want to see how many records do we have with phone number? How many do we have without phone number? So if I go back, I go into my filter. So I applied the filter of 2022 uploads because this is our entire list that we bought new for 2022. And I did skip trace should be yes. So I can see how many records do I have with phone number actually. And then, sorry, I did in leads no also. So they should not already be a lead for us. So you'll see I got 22,104 records that I have that are already with phone numbers. So I don't need to skip trace them. Essentially, I can take this list, give it to our cold calling team and texting team, and they can get started with it. But we still have 56,347 records, which is right here. Go back to the filter 2022 upload. Skip trace is no. We don't have phone number for them. In leads is also no. They should not be in lead already. So you can see we have 56,347 records that we do not have phone number for. So part of responsibility for my skip trace, my marketing team would be to skip trace these records. So then essentially what they would do is they would select all these records and then they would send it to skip trace. We'll get them skip trace. We'll probably get like 95% match rate. And then we'll have, about another 4,000 or 5,000 records, roughly give or take, that we will not have phone numbers for. So we'll have to figure out if they happen to be in our primary market, then we are already reaching them by direct mail. But if they happen to be in our secondary market and we're not reaching them by direct mail, and if we happen to have their property address and mailing address is correct, but we're not able to find their phone number, then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start sending them direct mail to be able to reach that target audience. So again, just quickly want to go through this. Total records, 80,000, 1,549 are already a lead for us. And then the remaining that are available for marketing that we need to reach is 78,451. Out of those, we have 33,374. That's our primary market. And then 45,077 records that secondary market. Primary market, we're going to do direct mail, SMS, and cold calling. Secondary market, we're only doing SMS and cold calling. Once we get comfortable, once we see that our team is getting more comfortable, then we're going to invest with direct mail also. And then of the 78,451, we have 22,104 records with phone numbers. So we can start texting and calling them. And then we have 56,347 records that we do not have phone number for. So our goal here would be to skip trace and then call and text them. The ones after we skip trace, we're still not able to get phone numbers for, we're going to send direct mail to them if we're not already sending direct mail. Okay, so I hope you guys see some value in it. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment or email us at support@REsimpli. I'm more than happy to answer those questions. Thank you again. If you want to win, also, if you want to win 1 free month of REsimpli subscription, please like, subscribe to our channel. And every month we're giving 1 free month of REsimpli subscription to somebody who is subscribed to our YouTube channel. So thank you so much.